Hi, this is Donna Demko, and I am a independent stampin' demonstrator. Today I wanted to show you a quick card to make when you have a few minutes. I do have clients that I send out thank you cards to, and I just wanted something that I could do quickly and make sure that I send them a thank you for their order because I do appreciate the business. So I want to show you, this is something you can get together and make it a mass production. Show you all the different cards. Let me see here that I've made using one simple paper book. So there's my, let's do them this way. That one, this one, and a few in yellow. And I did all of these, see if I can find the book I used. Okay, here's the one I used. I did all of these using the paper stack. This one's called Moonlight Designer Series, and inside it has a ton of paper that is double-sided. And I just take coordinating pieces and cut out two for the cards. I'm going to show you how to make these. I also, for the stamp set in here, I used two, but I used one big meaning, and I used this thank you right here, and you can see that it has a beautiful, nice clear stamp off there. I love how that looks. I actually used, with this, I used StazOn ink. It has a really nice dark rich black look on it. I also, on some of these, you'll see that I have a little embellishment, not embellishment, but the stamp that I used right down here. When a card was rather light, I just added to a few of them. And that can be found in it's one of my favorite stamp sets, is the 10 of cards. And you can see this top one right here. It looks like this when you put it on your stamp. I need to clean this, but that actually you can use it at the side of your card or underneath, and it makes a really nice little embellishment there. So anyway, let's clear these out of the way, and I want to show you how to make these, because what I do is I just popped out a bunch of them, and I can put them away for, I just send out for thank yous. This is great. I know people say that, I hear it all the time, especially with Facebook around. People say, oh, you don't need to send out cards because you can just tell on Facebook. I'm sorry, that's kind of cold, and anybody can do that. People they don't know, never met, can say thank you or I'm sorry or congratulations, happy birthday. It's really someone special who sends them a card, makes them feel loved. So I do feel like there is a need for cards still in this day and age, even with all social media. So let's get started. Let me give you the sizes. I did cut, let me get into focus here. I did cut out a piece of Whisper White. This is your 8.5 by 5.5. Let me measure that, make sure. I do this all the time, and I know my different sizes of the cards I standardly make, and now I'm drawing a blank. So 8.5 by, yep, 5.5. 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4 to make this card base. So that's our card base. I want to cut different sizes to, and a backing. So the backer is going to be 5 1/4 by 4. And then you're going to cut one, this you can make these even a little shorter if you want, at 3 3/4 by 3. And this one is 3 3/4, which is your width, by 3.5. And we're going to be using this side here. And then along with that, I just use a little strip of ribbon. And this ribbon comes from Stampin' Up's Very Vanilla, and this is their taffeta ribbon, which is beautiful. It has a little silver strip on each end. It's a really, really pretty ribbon. I'm not even sure you can see it unless you were in person. But anyway, we need a little bit of strip of that. And then for my verbiage here, I just used, let me see if I can remember which one I used, because I have a couple of these. If you could only see my desk. Let me see if these are the deco labels. So let me make sure this is the right one. Yeah, that's it right there. And these are called the deco labels, framelets. And you can use this on anything, and look at all the different sizes you get there. And what I used was the smallest one here, then the next size up there. So the two here in the middle is what I used to make this. And you can make your blue space a little smaller if you want to go ahead and hand cut around that. I didn't. I'm lazy that way. So I had two different ones, so that's what I used. So I have a little bit larger size around the blue space around my white verbiage, but I'm okay with that. So let's get started. I just go ahead and start off by, I want to do this first before I put it on the white. I tend to mess these up so by gluing them wrong, so I just want to take a moment and build my layer first. So I'm going to put, and I just pick coordinating papers out of the book I just showed you. You can use any of the Stampin' Up! Designer paper. We have tons of them, and they're all beautiful. Let me go ahead, just leave about an, I want to put an eighth of an inch around each corner here. And before I put this one on, I do want to put that ribbon on it, so. Oops. Don't want to bend it. Like I said, this is one that can be done quickly, and you can mass produce them. Just get your papers cut. And like I said, this one is a 3 3/4 by 3 1/2. I am using Fast Fuse, which you could probably build a house with. It's so strong. But you really don't want to get these off centered either, because you'll never be able to peel that paper up. So I do need to peel that up. I got a corner showing right there. Let's pick it up just a second here. This is probably the hardest part. Just making sure you get it even on the end here, and you don't have any of your sides showing. Now with this, I just want to go ahead and pop on my verbiage, my little message. So let me take a little bit of Fast Fuse here. Glue this together. Just want to make sure it's centered. I'm going to take a couple pieces of your Stampin' Dimensionals. I've used a lot of different foam dots, but this happens to be, Stampin' Up's Stampin' Dimensionals happens to be the easiest ones to use. You can use 3, just do 2 at the bottom, 1 at the top, or do like I did, just so that it has support in the middle. For this, because I don't like to put too many layers on a card, because I do like to make my cards mailable, and when you start putting a bunch of stuff on there, it's not going to go through the mail system. So this, you can center it anywhere on here. And what I did here was I just took now I used my itty bitty flower punch, and I punched. You can either do a coordinating paper like I did here, or you can use the same paper like I did here. But you just go ahead and, this is like the best punch. I use this for everything. Out of all, it comes in a set of 3. Out of all 3, this is the one I use the most. And we're going to just do 4 of those. And it locks in place so it folds down nice and thin. Let me go ahead, before we put the little flowers on it, and I'm going to go ahead and stick the blue to the base here, because it's starting to get a little padded here with my little verbiage sticking out, and I don't want to do that once I have my flowers on it. Make sure I'm opening it the right way. We're building layers here, which always adds dimension. So now we'll add another layer of dimension by using the little flowers here. What I do is I use my little tool, not the piercing tool because I just put a hole in it, but this one has a little ball at the end where you score, your scoring tool. And I just go ahead and push those in, and that pops them up like a little dimensional flower. And then we use some glue dots. See how quick and easy this is? I love that Stampin' Up! Glue Dots has this big, thick cardboard ring in the middle. Then you can really control your glue dots. Some of them don't have that, and you just pull it out of that box and they just collapse on you. The center ring there. So I just want to stick all those on really nice. Stick them on my card anywhere you want. Then I'll use some glue, jewels, the little Stampin' Up! Jewels. Let me see if I can do this with my scissors here. And just glue one little jewel down in the middle of each little flower. That. Put one up there, you can't forget that one. Now you just want to take your little flowers and pinch those petals back up. They might flatten out when you put them in the mail, but they can actually push them back up like that when they get it. Make sure you have all of them up, and then there is your quick and easy little thank you card. And you can try them in all different colors. Here they are. Actually, the book tells you what coordinating colors to use. So this book that I showed you, that is called the Moonlight Designer Series, and I believe right now this paper is either on the weekly special or the clearance at a really good discount. Grab those while you can. It makes a great set of cards, and you can see that it's two-sided, so you can make a ton of cards with these. So pick you up one or two or 3 or 4 of these Moonlight Designer Series pads. And it tells you this one is, it comes in basic gray, Blackberry Bliss, Hello Honey, Lost Lagoon, Sarah Sand, and Whisper White, which is just the white in here, the backgrounds. But that lets you know that when you're using this paper, it's going to be going your background here behind it is going to be your Lost Lagoon, which is one of my favorite colors. And then your Hello Honeys. And the bright, bright yellows. And then here's your Blackberry Bliss. Ooh, that's a tongue twister. Try to say that 3 or 4 times. So that's what you get. Just a small amount of what you get with this paper stack. You can also use different paper stacks, like this one here. make out a beautiful card. And you can make your sentiments say thank you, happy birthday, whatever you want. I did this one with, let's see, I have a big old stack here. See if I can pull it out and show you. This is the new designer paper in the new catalog. This is the Timeless Elegance. It's beautiful paper, but you can see it is two-sided. You can see all the beautiful paper. This is the one I used in this card here, and I just used my markers, Stampin' Up! Markers, and made the pink the pink flowers. Look at how pretty that is. Isn't that beautiful? So that's another idea you could use for paper. Any of the Stampin' Up! Designer packs. This is a 12 by 12 pack, and you can cut several. If you see that, you can cut several of these cards and use this for several different cards. Being front and back, you can get a ton of cards out of this as well. So check out the Stampin' Up! Designer papers, because if you are very limited on stamps that you have, you could use one thank you like this or this. One stamp set, buy one or the other, and then a paper pack like here. And just a few basic, you can actually just put these on Whisper White if you wanted, and make a whole set of thank you, happy birthday cards. You can have 3 of these be happy birthday, 3 of them be thank you, 3 of them be sympathy cards, and make a whole slew. If you do, this one is all thank you, but if you notice the other stamp set I just had, this would be a good one to have if you're going to buy one stamp set. Look at all of the verbiage that comes there, not to mention this beautiful little line on there you can stamp. But this is for your birthday, sympathy, wedding, congrats, just because, thanks, happy miscellaneous, hello baby, congratulations. I'm not going to read all these to you, but you know what I mean. This one stamp set and one designer paper pen or paper pack, and some cardstock can make you a world of different cards. You can have your whole set and for every occasion just with this one stamp set. This one is the 10 of cards. It also does have a card set with it. I think it's in a bundle right now, so I have to check out the new catalog. We are going to have a new catalog. Our holiday catalog is going to be coming out soon, so I will be sharing with you some of those as well. But for right now, this paper right here is on special. So I wanted to show you what you could do with it. So if you wanted to take advantage of the sale that's going on with this paper right now, you can go ahead and grab a couple of these and get to stamp and make yourself some cards. I appreciate you watching, and if you would like to get any of the items that I told you about in this video, you can go to www.donnadimco.stampinup.net and purchase your supplies. And you can always visit me at facebook.com, Donna's Creative Corner. And we will talk to you on the next video. Thank you.